hitting missing link. Let me lay some heavy hitting concepts on you tonight. If I ask you a math question, 1 plus 1, 2 plus 2, 10 plus 10, these are simple, easy math questions. Your reply should be a number, not a letter, not a place or location. If I ask you, what is your favorite baseball team? You wouldn't say the Pittsburgh Steelers. You wouldn't say the Dallas Cowboys, because that's football. If I ask you, what is your favorite food you like to eat? You wouldn't reply and say San Francisco, Miami. Those are cities. When we're dealing with sports, we got to realize sports are played in spaces. When you hit a tennis ball, the ball's coming from one space, going to another space. If I'm passing a hockey puck, the puck is there, now it's going to be here. If I'm playing soccer, the soccer ball's over there, now the ball's here. Sports are played in spaces. So as an athlete, when I'm given an equation, I'm giving a question, I have to give a corresponding answer to that equation, to that question. And here's where it goes back to hitting. When I pitch you the ball, the answer is not a swing. The answer is a space. It's a place, because sports are played in spaces. I throw the ball from one space, it's going to end up in another space. The answer to the question is, where's the ball going to go and when's the ball going to get there? The missing link to hitting is hitting perception. Perception has to deal with your senses. If you Google it, you ask Siri, hey Siri, define the word perception, it's going to say something like this: understanding the world around you through your senses, your eyes, your nose, your taste, your hearing, your sense of space where things are around you, your touch. Guess what? When you go into the batter's box playing baseball or softball, you know what world you're in? You're in hitting world. And to survive and last and do well in hitting world, you gotta use your senses, because you're relying on your perception. The equation you have to answer is, the ball is in that space, what space is gonna end up in next? The best hitters in the world, they can read spaces fast. They have the wiring to read one space to the next space. Can it be taught? Can it be taught? Absolutely. We have to master our perception when we're a baseball or softball player. And perception deals with senses and sensory. In the brain, we have sensory fibers. This comes from one of our fathers who got our online hitting course, Bob Barada, attorney, Major League Baseball player representative, agent, entrepreneur extraordinaire. He sent me this from the doctor's office. The brain and vision. Approximately 70% of all sensory fibers to the brain begin in the eye. That means when you're using your senses, a large portion of these senses you have to deal with to answer this equation we have of hitting comes from the eye. This is more than twice the neural input of all the other senses combined. The visual system is represented in every major lobe of the brain, as well as the midbrain and brain stem. That means that these sensory fibers are all over the brain. I'm talking about improving the vision that deals with your perception. How fast can the brain think from that space to this space? That's the equation. This is the missing link in hitting. How long does it take your brain to figure out boom, boom? Let me give you an example. Someone who has the absolute perfect swing and they missed the ball. It was a textbook swing. They still missed the ball. Why? It's because they misjudged the ball. Their sense for the ball was a tick off. And this is the missing link. This is what we specialize at the languageofhitting.com, the Kirilloff Baseball School. If you got a good baseball player already, this is what they got to enhance, because the next level, it's even tougher pitching, faster pitching, sharper breaking pitches. How long does it take their brain to figure out this space to this space? This is the equation that they have to reply to. The answer is not a swing. The answer they have to give is a space. The answer they have to give is a space. And how this is all tied together is with a simple rule from neuroscience. Eye-hand coordination. That means this: wherever I aim my eye, my hand's gonna follow there. It's not hand-eye. The hand tells the eye where to go. It's eye-hand. So if you have a slow eye, you're gonna have a slow hand. If you have a slow eye, you're gonna have a slow hand. You're gonna have a slow bat. That's how it translates. But what controls the eye? Your shoulder, your elbow, your knee, your hip, your toe, your brain. Your brain controls the eye. The brain tells the eye where to look and where to go. It's the brain. The brain processes the image that the eye pulls in. The brain processes the image that the eye pulls in. All the eye is an instrument. All the eye is an instrument used by the brain. Here's a validating point for hitting perception. You're a minor league ball player. You do great in low A. You're doing great in high A. Now you're in double A and you can't hit. You're not the same type of hitter, but you still have as much bat speed as you had in high A or low A, and you still have the same swing mechanics. So what changed about your hitting. Oh, could it be the pitching got better? Wasn't faster, the pitching got better. So how does that affect your swing? In many ways it can, but it validates the point that your perception isn't as sharp with tougher pitching. You can get by with lower levels of pitching, but as soon as there's more movement and cut, your brain can't process as fast. Your brain can't process as fast as it did in high A or low A. You see why players can keep rising from level to level, single A, double A, triple A, big leagues. The missing link or the dividing factor what the high level hitters have that the lower level hitters don't have is sharper perception. They can think faster. They can think faster. They think faster than the ball is actually moving. They think faster than the ball is actually moving. That's the missing link. It's called hitting perception. And this is what we specialize in. This is what I recommend. Don't waste any more time. We need to plug in this missing link to your son's hitting training, to your daughter's hitting training. I'm Dave Kirilloff with thelanguageofhitting.com, and we have a phenomenal online hitting course that's going to change your hitting destiny. We travel nationally across the country. Let's plan a visit to your home city to work with your son, your daughter, or even your team. Come visit us at our home facility in Anna, Texas.
It kind of changes the lineup and how you have to pitch to these guys.
High. Yeah.
Some influence on that assortment.
A drive. And the 1-2. Right. To determine someone's up.
One strike pitch.
And 17 runs in that series. That ball.
High. A drive right.
Somebody came around to score.
Kirilloff lifting it.
It's come from everywhere in the lineup.
On Barber to wave it off, call the obstruction.
Of pain in that right wrist. To left. High fly, right center field. There's your jolt.